Welcome aboard Sea of Friends, your weekly Sea of Thieves voyage. I'm Last Call for Lunch.
I'm Miss Lunch Lady.
And I'm Darkest Warhawk.
I feel like we haven't podcasted in forever.
It does feel that way.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, I don't even know when the last one was. Well, we were all busy, man.
I know vacations.
Yeah.
It was nice to get away.
Yeah, you sounded like you had a grand old time.
Yeah.
You left the country.
Come on.
Yeah. Can you guess where he went?
Great Britain.
Yep. Yaman. That's how they talk out there. Yaman.
We went to the Sea of Thieves.
I did. I went to the Pirates of the Caribbean in Jamaica, man.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah. Set forth and didn't find any plunder.
That's a shame. Yeah, because the Sea of Thieves is like out in like the Bermuda Triangle area.
It's near there.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry.
What about what we got going on here?
I'm trying to frame myself good. There we go. Yeah. Frame myself for murder.
We have not been up to much, really. We've been working outside a lot. The weather's finally getting nice in Ohio and not raining all of the time. I don't know what else we've been doing. It's been a very boring couple of weeks. I turned 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday.
I wasn't sure if you were gonna. That's why I was like, "What happened this week?" But I wasn't sure if you wanted to share.
I forgot that I had a birthday.
You know, it's just one of those things.
We've been eating tacos all week. I smoked a roast, and eventually I had to smoke some chicken because we ran out of meat. But we've been doing some. I'm gonna butcher it. I don't even want to butcher it. Case, butcher it for me.
Birria.
Video.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dippy tacos.
Dippy tacos.
What I call them. Dippy eggs, dippy tacos, dippy everything. And, yeah, man, we've been eating that because, you know, you make that juice, that dippy juice, it lasts a lot. It lasts days. I think it was 4 days. And every day it got better.
Mm. That's something you just can't, you got to take advantage when you have it. Like that juice, I think that's like at the end of any good birria or tacos or any good, I guess, Mexican, any good dish, I guess. It almost like trying to slurp up that sauce at the end. It's the best.
And like we made that stock, you know, that broth, and then then he brined the chicken with it. Like once you have it, man, don't waste all that flavor.
I keep getting better and better with the chicken, man. It was so moist and flavorful. I just did salt. I brined it in water with a little bit of that stock. I just did a salt and pepper on it, and then to the point when I started to shred it, one of them like juice exploded on my finger, kind of burnt my finger a bit from the inside. I was like, whoa. That was delicious. I want to smoke meat for you. I want you to be. I want you to be like, this is good.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm pumped.
I just want people to come over so I can cook for them. That's really all I want. Like I tell Case, I'm like, tell your friends to come over. Tell them I'll cook for them.
Yeah. Well, what you need to do is just say, hey, I'm having a barbecue, and you just do it. And then just see who comes, and if you have leftovers, or only a few people come, you'll have just plenty of leftovers to freeze.
It's true.
That's a good idea. Tuck, Bill, I'm having a barbecue.
Oh God.
Those are your only friends?
Pretty much. I don't get out much, you know. All right. Topics for this week's episode. First off, we'll talk about some other pirate games. So footage from like an alpha test leaked from Ubisoft's Skull and Bones, which was a pirate game that was announced like 2017, and it just kept getting pushed and reworked and everything, and they finally opened it up to insider testing, and someone put out something from the game, which was like kind of like a 6-minute kind of tutorial-esque, kind of just here's what's the game about and here's what everything's in the game or whatever. And Bill was able to see it before it all got taken down on Reddit case. Unfortunately, didn't really get to see it, but she's seen footage of older trailers, so she has an idea of what the game looks like. I'm gonna say right now, at first I was like, I love pirates, I'll play it, but now I'm like, it doesn't. Oh, her video's gone on my end. So is Bill's. Oh, she's back. It does. Oh, okay. We're doing this again, man. I'm going to start. I gotta find a new video chatting program for us to use. That's better than this free one. What was I saying? Skull and
You
Bones.
weren't sure if you're going to play.
Oh
it.
yeah. When I look at it, I don't have any interest in it. There's so many things that just turned me off. Everything there. So there's like crafting aspects of the game and survival aspects of the game, but the resource gathering is all from your ship. So they showed them like shooting trees with cannons, shooting the side of a mountain to collect stone with their cannons. There's no. There's a lot of PvP battles, between other players and between a lot of NPCs. But other than that, like there's you can't go on. There's no like on foot combat. There's no hand to hand combat. You can't fight other pirates unless it's like ship combat. And the only time they showed them off the ship was at like a pirate haven, which is like a safe space where you like just buy clothes and stuff for your pirate. But I'm like, I don't care. Like if it's just the naval, I don't like it's the naval from Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was a fantastic game. But what made that game fantastic was everything else along with it, not just the naval combat.
Right, and I think it got a lot of backflack. I mean, at least looking at like Reddit messages and other things I read, like they all said, "Is this just Black Flag 2? Like it's exactly the same look and feel and whatnot of it from a picture standpoint, a digital standpoint from it, but and I guess a fighting standpoint. But yeah, I was kind of turned off too by the resource collecting. It just seemed, I don't know, it seemed kind of difficult. Like I wish I could get off the ship. I mean, maybe you can, and it's obviously an early glimpse at it, so who knows 100%. But yeah, it just kind of looked a little weird. And then the last thing too is like, I guess what I get so much out of Sea of Thieves is being part of a crew, and we all have a part on the ship, and we have to do the sails and up and down. Where it appears this game, like you can play co-op, but it was more so like you each have your own ship, and you can have different style ships, bigger, smaller, faster, slower. But you all had your own. I guess, I mean, it's kind of cool that you can create your own armada, so to say. But at the same token, it's just like, I don't know. I just like being, I mean, I like the Sea of Thieves aspect where we're all on one ship, have our job, get it all done at once together.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like the game started off originally as like Black Flag DLC before they spun it off onto its own thing. I assumed when they were talking about how it was, because it got announced 2017, Sea of Thieves came out 2018, and then 2019 it like disappeared and it started getting reworked. I assumed it was getting reworked because of what Sea of Thieves was, and to kind of match it, like a Sea of Thieves, but not cartoony looking.
Right.
But it looks like it's just more of the same of what it was with some added elements to it. I like being on the ship with my friends. I want to explore islands. I want to fight people with swords and guns and not just cannon fire. I do like the aspect of like everyone starts with a smaller ship, and then as you play the game and you require renown or whatever they call it in the game and become more known, you can like buy bigger ships and better ships and have bigger NPC crews or whatever. But that was another thing they were talking about for when it comes to resources building. Like you need food and water on your ship, otherwise like your crewmates can start to get hungry and stuff, and they can mutiny you.
It's like, what? I got to worry about this now? Like I worry about my own bananas and tomatoes on the Sea Thieves, but now I got to worry about an entire crew?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Case,
I mean,
what are your thoughts on this type of pirate game?
Well, I think that people are naturally resistant to change. So I think that we see Sea of Thieves in front of us and we're like, we love this game. We're already biased. You know what I mean? Like we just love Sea of Thieves. Um, so it's hard to like, Anthony kind of wrote off, what's it called? Skull and Bones?
Yeah.
He sort of wrote it off by saying like, but I want to explore islands. Like, well, yeah, but like, what if Skull and Bones has something else that you enjoy that Sea of Thieves doesn't have? You don't know. Like, you won't know until you play it. I'm 100% biased and I probably won't play it and I probably won't like it. So like, I'm talking out of both sides of my ass. Let's be honest. I like 2 video games. But I'm just saying like, give it a chance.
no, I know. I think it's just the initial reaction of what we saw. I mean, it does look cool. It could be gravitating. It's just, I guess also too, and this is going to come out probably wrong and sound really wrong, but it just looks like it's a lot of work, which I mean, Sea Thieves is a lot of work. There's a lot you can do and put into it. I'm not trying to take it away from that. But like to your point, Case, of how much we'd actually play it, I feel like I would have to put in obviously a good amount of hours to get higher levels, get all this, get everything, which is generally obviously what I'm looking for in a game. But like I don't know if I would be turned off on that because I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get enough people to play it that I'd be involved in it. But also to your point, Case, I never joined Sea of Thieves at the beginning because I thought it was only, I thought you had to have a crew, this and that. Found out, hey, you can solo sleep, you can do this and that. So you're right. Got to look on both sides and just wait for it to come out and see. And I'm sure, I mean, maybe Xbox Game Pass picks it up or something. I don't know.
It's funny because that was going to be my next comment. Like, if it's on Game Pass, I'll play it.
Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I mean, no pun intended.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm going to spend money on it. I'm just saying, like, it's worth a try.
Yeah, and I think it's still, I mean, when does it expect to come out, Anthony? I mean, it's still obviously probably far away.
Yeah, there's no release date.
So, I mean, we just got an initial look. I'm sure when we see more hype videos for it and other things like that, might sway us and whatnot here. But
and they did come out and say that some things in that video that leaked have changed, and then there's like actually there's like more in the game than what was shown in that leaked video. So who knows? It could be something that when we do finally see the final product, that we go like, oh wow.
But also, kind of like shame on the person that leaked that. Like, we would be pissed, if somebody like leaked insider footage. Like, we'd be upset because
no, 100%.
Like, we believe in this game. Like, we believe in Sea of Thieves, and we believe in like keeping things secret and not spoiling things for people. And so like
insider, I was gonna say insider stuff gets leaked all the time.
We don't look at it.
No, it's more so. If you ever see a video on YouTube that's like what some people like, what could be coming to the Sea of Thieves? Most likely they're in insiders and they've seen it, and now they're making a video saying they're speculating this could happen, and then it happens exactly how they say.
Well, information from insiders gets leaked, but people don't leak the footage because they're
yeah. If you leaked footage, you're done. I mean, I guess you could edit it and just put like a black bar over your name that moves around the screen, but that's too much work.
Yeah. No, and I agree. Like, with talking about spoilers, things like that. Like, I hate that. I hate in movies when people just go out and leak spoilers or say stuff just to get it out there. And I mean, just looking back at it, when the Pirates of the Caribbean theme came out, I mean, that was so well hidden. No, I don't think anybody, and I don't go on social necessarily, like try to get deep in and see what's upcoming. I mean, heck, we were even just talking about that last year when the E3 or when Sea Thieves is coming out with it. Are they even going to have a part in this? I'm like, there's no way. Like, I don't think they're going to have, that's big enough of a launch or big enough of a change to be putting it in E3, because that's a really big deal. And lo and behold, here it was. We're all like blown away because Pirates of the Caribbean gets a cross with Sea of Thieves. So yeah, secrets are cool. Don't spoil it.
There are some times where I will spoil stuff for myself when I have no intention of like when it comes to movies, like I have no intention of seeing the new Doctor Strange movie, so I like spoiled it for myself because I was like, I know from the trailers that this person is in it. Who else is going to show up? Who else is going to... I'm not going to say any names, but I was like, who else? I mean, the one person was shown in the trailers. because people
So,
guessed
la,
it
la,
from
la, la,
a
la,
voice.
la.
I'm still not gonna say names, but I just thought to myself like, who else is gonna show up in this multiverse movie? So
Right.
the day it came out, I looked it up, and there was some cool stuff where I was like, that's cool, but not enough for me to warrant like seeing a whole movie.
Yeah, I mean, not to get off on a tangent on it, but I heard mixed reviews on it, and one of my friends saw it and he's like, it's not that good. Like it's down there for a Marvel movie. I'm like, really? Like really?
The one
But
thing
I'm gonna go see it.
I was gonna say the one thing
'Cause-
I've heard from quite a few people is like it feels less like a Marvel movie and more like a Sam Raimi horror film. And a lot of people are like, I'm surprised it wasn't like a R rating.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people are saying it's like, this is a Sam Raimi movie. Like, if you like Sam Raimi and his like old horror style, that's this movie, but with Doctor Strange and Marvel.
Well, either way, I'm gonna see it because I just want a big tub of popcorn. So, trade offs.
You can go to the movie theater and just buy a big tub of popcorn and walk out.
I have done that. My friends make fun of me quite often. We again, it's story time. Sorry, but on a little tangent, we were off. We were gonna watch, I think, like Lord of the Rings or something at my place, and we were out getting dinner. And it was my roommate at the time. I'm like, all right, pull over, go to the mall. He's like, why would I go to the mall? I'm like, oh, I want to go to AMC. He's like, but we're watching a movie at home. I'm like, oh no, I just want to get popcorn. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, movie theater popcorn is good. I get all the butter and everything. I don't have to worry. I mean, I can make some mean homemade popcorn at home, but I'm like, we're right here. Let's just get it.
The microwave stuff is just not the same. Even if you buy microwave popcorn, okay.
Microwave.
I was gonna say even if you buy like microwave popcorn that says like movie theater style, it's just not the. Do you do the Jiffy Pop? You're like on your stove and.
No.
He's got a popcorn. He's got a popcorn like a popcorn like thing. Like he rolls out on the wheels and stuff.
Oh, my brother got one in his basement. That's
really?
Man cave. Yeah,
that's awesome.
The old time with it, yeah. But I do like popcorn.
Yeah,
and movie theater popcorn.
Case, do you like popcorn?
You know that I like popcorn.
Yeah.
But the audience doesn't. But they do know.
I love popcorn. I actually really like stale popcorn, so I like to leave a little bit in the bag from the movie theater, and then bring it home and like let it sit out, and I like it the next day. It like marinates in that butter. There's something good about it.
It's hard to do with me because to me, popcorn is like a mindless. It's a mindless snack where like I eat it and then it's gone, and I'm like, where'd my popcorn go?
100%. I do that every time I see a movie. Like I make myself popcorn. I'm so excited, either at home or I'm in the theater, and literally watching the 30 hours of credits and before the scene or before the movie even starts, and I'm like, oh no, my popcorn's gone. I got to run out before the last trailer plays so I can get some more. Like I'm just like, oh, this is great, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm full.
That's the hard thing for me is because like I can't, especially at a movie theater. Like I can't at home. I just pause the movie, but movie theater,
right.
Even if I have to even if my bladder is about to explode, I can't leave. I can't miss a second. Can't do it.
Yeah, I'm usually like that, and then I've kind of gotten over myself. I mean, I try to look for the parts. Like, all right, something exciting just happened. It's probably a lull right now. I can go and make it back.
You never know, man. You never know.
That's true.
Something exciting could happen. All right, so next topic. So there is no E3 this year, sadly. It's just not happening. Not happening in person, not even happening digital. But Xbox and Bethesda announced their Xbox Bethesda showcase for June 12th, which is usually that's like E3 week, usually like early to mid June. So do we think Rare? Well, the one thing I was really excited for was to see some Starfield stuff and then play that in November when it came out. But today they announced that it was being delayed till next year.
R.I.P.
Oh my gosh. We talked about this earlier, Bill. There has not every game that gets announced nowadays, they put out a release date and then it gets delayed multiple times.
It's even before COVID, this was happening. COVID, I understand, right? I mean, people are home. You're not really. It's hard to work developing a game if you're not really, you don't have all your equipment. I get that, but I mean, nowadays, it's just, and it's like one of those first world problems. Like, why am I disappointed in this? I think it's just because they set you up. They release a bunch of trailers, release a bunch of things for it, and they're like, oh, by the way, now we're gonna have to move it back the whole quarter. Like what?
The one thing that like sucks about it, especially when it comes from Bethesda, is they're usually so good at being like, here's the date, and then it does, like, it happens, like, and it's usually not even that far out. Like when I remember when Fallout 4 was announced, when they first announced it and showed off footage, and they were like, and it's coming out this year, and it did. But I was looking it up. Last year, 60 games got delayed.
Oh my gosh.
And so far this year, 27 titles have been delayed. Batman Gotham Knights or whatever, that's been delayed like 2 times. And they just announced that the PS4 and Xbox One versions are canceled. And they're only working on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. Which me and Case were talking about that, and she was saying, like, we're probably going to start seeing that a lot more now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of that, like, so the Xbox Series X and S came out November 10th, 2020. And they hyped up, like, this game that looked incredible to me. It was called Scorn. And, like, they did this with the original Xbox 2 when it came out. They made it seem like all these games are coming out, but they weren't going to be released then.
Is Scorn
And
the
this
one
game-
that's, like, very Geiger-esque?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a horror game, which
Yeah.
I am usually not into, but it looked just really good and interesting. So I'll have to see more gameplay when it comes out. But again, they showed all these trailers for it to be launched with the Series X, and it's still not out yet. And this is 2 years, almost 2 years later. And now it's supposed to officially get launched this year in October. But I'm like, how are you showing this? Like, they showed Game Pass even had trailers where it showed the game. Then at the very bottom it said, not all games are released, yet, kind of thing. It's like, yeah, why you keep showing this if it's been 2 years now that you haven't even had it out yet? At least they haven't delayed it. It's just they never even had a date. They just said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna come out whenever we want to come out."
I understand that, like, they need to put out release dates so people can get pumped. They want the pre-orders, even though I feel like nowadays pre-orders are just useless because everything's digital now.
Cyberpunk 77, thank you.
And but I wish that, like, they would just be like, here's a game we're working on, and then, like, once they know it's ready to go, the game goes gold, then they come out like, the release date is next month. That's what I want. I don't want to, like, I don't even want to be teased games. Like, I don't even want to be shown a game more than a year in advance. I don't want that.
No,
unless it's Sea of
100%.
Thieves, and you can, like, unless it's Sea of Thieves, then
Give me all
all right.
give me all that hype.
yeah.
But I mean, you just talked about it with Starfield, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Starfield. Like, they pushed it back now. I think this might have been even they released it forever ago, trying to get hype for it,
Mhm.
getting people showing how big it is and all the hype around it.
Well,
And it's
that
like coming out in
first
2022. Go ahead.
I was going to say that first time Bethesda ever went to E3 ever. Their whole showcase was very spacey, black with stars everywhere, and everybody thought they were going to announce their space game that they were working on. And then they didn't. And everyone, like, there was a lot going around of, like, they backed out they were going to, but then they backed out the last moment.
Right. And you couldn't make the changes because it was already kind of
the
initiated.
set was already built.
Right. But I mean, like, you do all this stuff, and again, you get people hyped, and then it's like it's 2 years down 2 years waiting for this now to come out. Which in gaming world, and I know they're updating it as they go along, but 2 years is a long time for technology. Like, things change, things are updating. I mean, the new Unreal Engine 5 that they showcased a little bit is absolutely incredible. So it's just like, and I don't want them to get it out if there's gonna be all these bugs and it's shitty. I guess that's the opposite side. I'm trying to think on both sides, but yeah,
That's the thing with Bethesda single player games. Like, there's always bugs, and no one cares because the games are so good.
right. That's true too.
That and that Redfall game they announced today also got delayed, which is like that vampire co-op looter shooter game, which they haven't showed any footage for. Only like that CG trailer.
What is up with vampires are making their rounds again? I thought with Twilight it died.
Yeah, I know. There's a Redfall
Blood.
coming out. They have that other, like, Vampire Masquerade game coming out, and then I was watching Doc play it on stream a few weeks ago. It was like a vampire battle royale in, like, the universe of, like, the Vampire Masquerade games or whatever.
Shroud is playing that now. Lyric has been playing that. I mean, it's like everyone. I think it is just like an opener for it. But like all these vampire games are coming out of the. I mean, Lyric was just playing a different vampire game earlier, like yesterday, 2 days ago, something like that. I'm like, where are all these? I didn't know vampires are just all of a sudden popular again.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't mind it, but it's just like, whoa, they're all popping up now.
Yeah. But anyways, the Xbox Bethesda showcase, June 12th. Do we think Rare is going to show off anything Sea of Thieves related like they did last year, make a big splash and blow everyone's minds and pants off and all that stuff?
I'm gonna say no, just because when I said no the last time, they did have something and it was wonderful. So that would be my hope. The one thing again that I'll just praise Rare about is when they did do it, it literally came out like a month later, which was ridiculous. Not coming Christmas or holiday, season. It's just like,
yeah, I think it was I think it was like a week later.
No, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, it was like, wait, this is next week or this is happening right now. So I love that. I don't know. I hope, obviously, I hope there is something for it. I think they made a lot of hype, obviously, around the adventures. So if they did do something, maybe it would be kind of, when did you say this E3 is?
June 12th.
June 12th. So that's right after the next adventure launches, I think. So maybe they'll have something that maybe has to tie the end of adventures or how it will go away or not how it will go away, but how it will change the course of it, or maybe Pirates of the Caribbean 2, the next chapters of those would be pretty sweet if they're doing more of something like that. But I don't know what else. I mean, there's a lot of things we talk about all the time that would be cool, just like little enhancements. I mean, I know we talk about, ocean life and things like that, which is ironic that we're talking about this today because on Boxy's stream today. Yeah. Somebody asked him legit in the chat, and I had to go back and look. I'm like, was that last call for or Miss Lunch Lady? Because this is what we talked about. They're like, would you want to see any ocean creatures in the game? And he's like, yeah, it'd be pretty cool. Obviously, see some whales, dolphins, different sharks. I mean, I'm telling you, he's got to listen to the podcast. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty convinced of it.
Totally.
He's a fan. He just doesn't want to let us know because we'll crap our pants or something.
That's right.
What do you think, Case? You think they're going to show anything? Do you want them to show anything? Do you if they did? What would you want to see?
I mean, you all already know the answer to that. I want whales, but the reality, I don't think they're going to show anything because I feel like they've been pretty transparent about everything that's coming. I mean, they put a schedule out basically, like for the rest of the year, like what we can expect.
That's true.
So I feel like they've been pretty transparent about that. Would it be awesome if they completely blew our minds with with the next installment of the Pirates of the Caribbean Tales or whatever? That'd be great. But I feel like they've been pretty honest with their players about what's coming this year.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I really, really want them to show off something new just because I love the game so much. I like when they show off new stuff. And I think it'd be awesome if it was like, and here's the sequel to A Pirate's Life. Jack Sparrow's coming back just like he promised. But yeah, like you were saying, the reality is of they have been very transparent. We got that roadmap, and then they have, teams working on these adventures and on these on the seasons and stuff way in advance. I think on their newest official podcast, they said they're already working. I think they said they've already been test playing, Adventure 6, So with all these smaller teams working on these in on the adventures and on what they're doing for seasons in the future and stuff, I don't know if they have the time or the resources or to work on something bigger, especially since they stopped doing the big releases every a few times a year and switched to one a month or one thing a month, 3 things a season now, essentially with the adventures and everything. So I think it'd be awesome, but I don't know if they're going to. Maybe if I keep my hopes low, my expectations low, I'll get super, super surprised and ruin it for Casey again.
But I mean, who knows? It could be they may not have like a full out full out video or trailer, but who knows if maybe they do like a 5 second, 10-second clip of, Barbosa or something like that. Maybe. I mean, just thinking like ahead of what it could be. Like you never know that it doesn't have to say launch anytime soon, but just again to kind of get that hype up. Even though I just probably contradicted everything I just said in the last 15 minutes about telling the release dates and all that, but for that, I mean, in the adventures and all that, I think they could do something cool, possibly. Especially they got a new book coming out.
Oh yeah, that was it August.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if it was something like they put out that roadmap of seasons 6, 7, 8, and 9, right? Even if it was now like them actually saying like in season 7 will be out by then. So even if they're like in season 8, this kind of stuff is coming to the game, as opposed to being vague of like whatever it was like new ways to play, new ways to whatever. If they're like more like season 8's going to be all about this, and season 9's going to revolve all around this type of mechanic, I think even that would be kind of cool.
I mean, we have seen it too. What if it might, I don't know if it's E3 worthy, but I mean, they could announce, the nameplates on your boat. They could announce some of the different things like that. Like, I mean, I'm sure they could just do that in their normal podcast, tweet, whatever, little videos they send out monthly. But
I don't know. That would be cool. People have been wanting to name their boats for so long that I feel like, the showcase could be a good way to be like, naming boats is coming.
Right.
But who knows? We'll never be able to name our boats.
It was a glitch the whole time.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll announce like an expanded map or something, because the map on the bottom of the ocean on the bottom of the map has been expanding slowly. Maybe they'll add.
There is a lot of empty space out there for like no reason. Yeah. I'm sure there's a reason, but there's no reason.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. I know a lot of people want like to see like an ice zone. I don't know if I necessarily want like a new zone, but I think seeing some new stuff down there in the expanded areas could be cool. But then at the same time, like when it comes to the grid, how does that work? We're already down to they down to Z. What's after Z? Double A, double B, double C. I guess that could work. Numbers just are infinite, so yeah. Let's expand this shit. Well, I guess the numbers go up and down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you get expand down, you're good. Numbers just don't end. Yeah, let's see some new islands and shit down there. How you feeling today, by the way?
Me?
Yeah, weren't you like not feeling good the other day?
No, I feel good.
Oh, okay.
I had just a slight cough and just a little tickle, but
gotcha.
But that's about it.
Right on. So it hasn't happened yet, but by the time you listen to this, it'll already have happened. But this upcoming Saturday, the 14th, is the next Community Day.
Whoop, whoop.
Community Day. And Bill did not get to partake in the last Community Day. He was busy.
Did you do what? Participate?
Yeah, you, right? Last one you had stuff going on.
Yeah.
Me and Case were able to jump on for a few hours. The servers were crappy that day.
Yeah, hopefully that's fixed from what I heard. I luckily was able to get on my tablet, so I could at least, I think, get the flag or whatever was involved in that. But yeah, that was hopefully they fixed all those issues.
Yeah. Well, this time we need to go on Friday. We need to go get our snacks, get our drinks. We can stay hydrated and get ready, because we're not getting up from our gaming tables as soon as I'm done with what I need to do on Saturday morning.
Yeah, we're sitting down, we're playing all day. So this Community Day is going to be a little bit different. Whereas last time the multiplier was boosted for everything, gold, rep, renown, everything. This time it's going to be double gold and double rep all day long, but the multiplier is only for season pass renown. So if you haven't, for people who haven't hit 100, that's going to be a great way for them to hit 100. For people who have hit 100, like us in the first 2 weeks due to that Golden Glory weekend, Doesn't really do anything for us, but that's okay. There's still some stuff in the game. There's gonna be another community day flag and other things in the game. They're having drops that day. I think it's like a Gilded Phoenix banjo, which
And it's still double gold and glory.
yeah. It's going to be double gold and double rep, and then the multiplier to go past that is only going to be for the renown. Because last time it was like for everything, and I remember we racked in a ton of money, and we only played for like an hour and a half. And we made tons of money. But I wish it was the same because I could really use more gold. I'm only at 10 million. I need more.
Wait, you said it is double gold.
Double gold and double rep. But the multiplier for people, with the Twitter stuff or whatever, like the hashtag and so that'll like for the renown that'll jump up, 3-4 times as opposed to just 2 times.
That's true. That would have been a lot.
Yeah, last time it got up like one. It got to the max like whatever they did max wise before like 10 o'clock in the morning. And then the servers crashed for everybody because everybody's trying. But I wonder, like, if it's not going to be that hectic, if it's, because it's only for the renown, right? As opposed to... Because I feel like it's never super, super hectic on Golden Glory weekends. It's kind of just,
True. Here and there. I mean, when you're getting 4 times the multiplier on it,
4 or 5 usual, times,
geez, you can get 100,000, 100,000 for, Ashen Skull. I mean, that's pretty good incentive to go out and play.
Yeah. So we'll be doing that. We'll be streaming that. No drops on my page. Hashtag no drops. There's some new stuff in the Pirate Emporium store. Bill, take us off. You want to take us off there? We saw some stuff. Do we like the new stuff in the Pirate Emporium store?
I'll have to see. I think the emotes I thought were pretty cool, right? I think you get a crab pet. And...
They added crab pets and rat pets to the game, but they are not like pets. They are emotes. So you do the emote and you pull out a little crab and you pull out a little rat, and the crab or rat can do like one of 4 different things.
So I thought that was pretty cool for an emote. I mean, it depends on see them all what they can actually do. But yeah, I mean, I usually go out and I'll try and get, some of these costumes. Everything I think looks pretty cool. I wasn't necessarily fully impressed with the new Crab Lord outfit that's coming out, but I mean, to each their own. People like some of that stuff. It's different. It's unique. I think it does kind of play into having the Sunken Kingdom and doing all the underwater treasuries and whatnot. So I kind of see where it's coming from. I wish they kind of would have done more for maybe some like Spanish Armada stuff with the new forts and things like that. I think would have been pretty cool.
Ooh, that would have been cool.
Yeah, some different cosmetics, but I mean, again, it to each their own. They're doing something different. It is, I don't know, Caribbean crab style. So I guess.
Was it like the lionfish set or something?
Yeah, the lionfish. Now I did like the what was it? I don't know. I can never remember this word.
Figurehead. Yeah, the collector's figurehead is cool. It like spits out water.
That was the only thing that I liked, but not. I still don't like it enough to like need it. It's just like kind of cool. I just like the things that are interactive, like the
right.
Isn't it the Flying Dutchman one that has like the smoke coming off of it, and then I love me that unicorn figurehead with the rainbow.
Yeah, that's my thing. Like you have the figureheads that you purchase, and then you have the collector's figureheads. I feel like the collector's figureheads are only worth it if they do something. Some don't do anything. It's just like, oh, it's gold as opposed to black or whatever. For me, if you want me to purchase a collector's figurehead, it needs to do something. Like the spitting water is cool. That punk rock one that you have, like at nighttime it glows and the flames turn on. The Jack Sparrow, like the Black Pearl one, like the smoke's coming off of it. That Tinkerer one has that like thing that like goes up and down. Like for me, it has to do something. Otherwise, it's why am I paying the extra money?
Which is funny in my opinion, but I'm 100% on your side. But it's funny now that I reflect off of it because I'm like, we never, ever look at the figurehead besides the one sword lunge when we're in front and just to look at it. But we never look at it. But I agree. I feel compelled that it should do something. Like I would buy it more because it shoots out water, and maybe because I want to look cool in front of the boat that's trying to attack me, and I just spew in water, something of that nature. I don't know, but it's just kind of funny because we never look at it. It's never it's it when we attach it, it's there, and then we never look at it again the rest of the night.
Yeah, it's for the other people to look at and be like,
That's
oh,
right.
that guy spent the $8 and got that water spitter.
But the unicorn one, you get to see the rainbow because it comes above the bowsprit.
That's true. That one is like probably one of the coolest ones because of that huge rainbow on the front.
We'll equip that tonight when we sail.
Right on.
It has
Sounds
been a
good.
while since we've equipped it, so I agree with that.
And then they have a free emote, which is the chest hide. So you're hiding in a
That's it.
chest.
Yeah.
But I think it's like you can't. I don't know. I think it's to be funny, not to trick people, because from the video, it didn't look like you can close it all the way. So you're like kind of sitting in it. I mean, you're a human, but although you can fit in a cannon, but
Yeah, but it didn't. You're right. It looked like he wasn't, like he was kind of hiding it slightly, like he couldn't get fully in there, which I thought it would have been a compliment to the barrel hide, which I thought would have been pretty cool. People, I'm sure, would have been like, oh, I don't have this type of treasure, maybe, but you could probably do it for some funny, if it did close, you could probably, I'm sure Boxy, Beard, LD would have found ways to hide with it that people can't, have been oblivious to it, but still be funny just to see. I mean, it'd be funny if you're just hiding on that in someone's ship and they come down and they're like, what the hell? Like, what is this thing just staring at me for?
I feel like people are gonna. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who are very oblivious in this game, right?
Oblivious, or they
Excuse me.
just don't care.
Excuse me.
They're
I
just
think
like,
oblivious. Like, so I feel like there will be people out there who are going to use this, who are going to get on someone's ship, see they have like a pile of treasure, angle themselves so they're maybe facing a wall, so they're like their character's facing a wall. And then, so if someone comes in and drops something real quick, they'll just see the backside of a chest, even with a little bit of an open, and they probably won't pay attention.
That's true. I definitely didn't think of that. Because you face away, it's kind of up it, but if you have a bunch of treasure just sitting there, like,
You might
who's
not
really going to pay attention?
Yeah. Man, chat is quiet today. No one's here. We've been gone for so long. Everyone forgot about us.
We are on earlier than we normally are.
We are.
So maybe people are eating,
Yeah, sleeping.
waking up from their sleep.
Yeah.
Who knows?
A lot of people on the other side of the world.
We love you, by the way. Thank
Well,
you.
it's okay because we're ready to sail.
Yeah.
Well, and before we do shut off, though, I want to take a few minutes. I want everyone to recognize Last Call for Lunch. He just had 1,000 skeleton captains that he defeated in the Sea of Thieves realm.
Yeah,
which, in my
I did.
opinion, is huge.
That's insane.
It's really insane to me. I'm the one that shoots off. He's our captain. He always drives. He's a good damn man for that. But I'm the one that shoots off, and I go on a island. I see captains. I kill them. We're doing forts. We kill them. And I only have 25% of mine complete. Now, he was playing a little bit longer, but still, I can't even fathom that, how much I'm actually out there trying to get them. And he, just hit 1,000. I mean,
So really, this is just jealousy.
no, I want to congratulate him. I think that's badass. That's a big feat.
Yeah, man. I don't know where we're going with it. I was like, oh, what's he? He said he wants to take a few minutes. He's got some sort of announcement.
Oh, yeah. No, I just thought that was really, really cool. And we just hit our 1 year.
That's what I was about to say. So,
Sorry to take it away from
no, you're good. It was 1 year ago yesterday from the day we're recording was the day that we decided to do the podcast. Because when we all decided on it, when we all said, like, yeah, let's do this, and we came up with the name Sea of Friends, I went and grabbed it on, like, socials and emails and all that stuff. So, and that was the day we decided. So, and Twitter notified me yesterday that the Twitter account has been active for 1 year. And
Woo!
yeah, that'll be it. So this episode will air on Monday. And then the following week's episode, when that airs on that following Monday, that'll be exactly 1 year since we put up our first little prologue episode.
Wow, how time flies.
Yeah.
We did it, guys.
Yeah, I know.
We did
Who knew? Like, did y'all think we'd be doing it a year later, that we'd have over 30 hours of us talking about one
No.
game?
That's wild. Sea of Thieves and Grounded, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even like, I remember the idea was like me, me, Case, Bill, and our friend Tuck. And he was straight up, which is very cool, no, nothing against him. He was just like, I don't know if I can talk about Sea of Thieves every week on a podcast for an hour every week. And then, we didn't kind of think that either, but here we are a year later, over 30 hours, still going strong. Here's to another year. Here's to another 30 hours, 60 hours,
Still going, and
year.
we've got a lot, still a lot of things to talk about. But we also need you guys' help. If you guys have any topics or suggestions or stories, we love to hear it. We haven't had a tall tale in a while. I think next podcast we gotta have a tall tale. We haven't done one in a while.
Well, I also feel like we don't. The last few, not few, but I'd say like the last 2 handfuls of times playing, nothing eventful has happened to us that would warrant a tall tale.
No, for sure.
Haven't come across many fights. Last time we played, it was a lot of like that ship's getting close, and then nothing happens. That I think like the most exciting thing that happened between us and another crew was just that ship that sailed at us. That we're like, all right, they're coming for this this fort. A regular skeleton fort. No, was it a FOF or a regular skeleton fort?
Regular Skelly.
And then like the tower started blasting at them, and then they just kind of sailed away. Like that was like they're just like
They got
see ya.
close.
Yeah, they got. So we thought they were coming for a fight,
cannon range,
and
yeah.
we were prepared for a fight, and then they just like left. That was like the most exciting. Tall tale.
Tall tale.
Yeah. All right. Before we head out, it's time for this week's Boxy Call. Yeah.
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 All right. Yeah. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please don't have any concerns, but you can tweet at us at the Sea of Friends or email us at seaofriendspodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to join the Discord and jump in the conversation with the few people we have there hanging out all the time. You can find that Discord link in the episode description or in our Twitter bio. Yeah. Until next time, I'm Last Call for Lunch.
I'm Miss Lunch Lady.
And I'm Darkest Warhawk.
And remember, it doesn't always have to be a Sea of Thieves.